Oh, what's going on, everybody? Z here. Welcome back to Planet Crafter. Today, we're going to be talking about the new Moons update. If you haven't watched any of my content or you want to know just a little bit about the Moons update, what to expect, if you have some questions, I am here for you. So today, we're going to be talking about the new Moons update that is 100% free for everybody that owns a game. What this update includes is 2 new moons. You're going to get Selenia and Aquilus. That's how I'm pronouncing it. And you are going to be able to travel to these moons and terraform these moons and have all this fun moon stuff. There is a system terraformation index as well. There's going to be some unlocks associated with overall system terraformation. Now, if you do not have the Humble DLC, you will not have access to Humble. However, you can still go to the 2 moons. It doesn't matter. You just won't be able to go to Humble. So if you want to pick up the Humble DLC, you absolutely can. You can do you can go from Prime to Humble, from Humble to Prime, however you want to do it. You can play that. It's a good time. Now, in order to, I'm going to talk about how to get to the moon stuff, and then I'm going to talk about a couple other things associated with like going to and from and stuff like that. So in order to get the moons or to access the moons, you do first have to either get a planet Prime, the main planet, to the terraformation complete stage. Once you get to that stage, you will unlock the extraction platform with the interplanetary rocket. This interplanetary rocket is what you're going to use to go back and forth to other planets. Now, this is a one-time use rocket, so when you go to your next planet for the first time, make sure you have enough stuff to build another rocket, another platform, at the absolute bare minimum. Make sure you have a platform and a rocket. So that means when you come in here and you craft this, you need to craft a rocket. And then in that rocket, you need to also have the stuff for another rocket and another launch platform if you don't already have one built somewhere. So that way you don't get stuck somewhere. It's just not a good time. Now, I also would highly, highly recommend bringing a rover that has the oxygen upgrade on it. So if we go to, where's the modules? So I would at least, if you don't have anything else, I would at least get the vehicle unlimited oxygen. Having that makes this thing an absolute lifesaver, especially going to new planets, because you're not going to have oxygen. Now, as long as your inventory is full, you can actually pack this up. If you didn't know that, you can hit this little red button and it goes into your inventory. So just grab it, bring it with you. And then you right click it, and then you can just go ahead, drop it down, and fantastic. You now have a little oxygen station, and it's fun to drive. I mean, you know, you got that too. So if you have no other upgrades on it, just having the oxygen alone is gonna be a huge deal. Now, once you have your extraction platform, you have another rocket ready to go, you have your rover, and possibly whatever else you want to bring. May I suggest, I don't know, some beginning terraformation stuff. Maybe bring some, maybe bring over some base power, some nuclear fusion generators, some tier 5 heaters, or some plant generators, or, you know, maybe you want to build a base there first thing. You know, bring over some stuff to do some stuff while you're there. Make that ride worth it. Now, if you can afford it and you can get it, the interplanetary exchange shuttle is a fantastic thing to bring with you the first time, because this allows you to pull resources from the planet you just left or from whatever planet you like. So if you have that, awesome. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. You're probably not going to get it right away, because you do need the cosmic quartz, which to my understanding still, I don't think you can get cosmic quartz from Prime unless they've changed that. I don't know. I haven't progressed Prime in a very long time. We've had this planet terraformed for a very long time. So if you can bring that, awesome. If you can't, oh well, it'll be fine. Now, what do I personally recommend as far as where to go and when to go there? So, like I said, you have to either have Prime or Humble completed in order to travel via the intergalactic rocket. You cannot combine saves. So if you have a save for Prime, if you have, and you know, you played it through, you got to whatever terraformation, awesome. You grabbed the Humble DLC when it came out, and then you had a Humble playthrough or whatever, awesome. You cannot combine those saves. You have to pick one. Which one do you want to now be your primary save? I personally went with Prime, so I went back to Humble and I re-terraformed Humble. It was a fantastic time. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you're going to go that route. If you don't have Humble, that's fine. Then you're going to go to a moon. Now, I would recommend the first moon you go to after Prime is going to be Selenia, because Selenia is, they have resources. There's resources that you can get there that are fairly easy. It's a good time. It's a pretty good, like, first moon, it's a good first step, if you will. And then I would go to the Aquilus or whatever it's called. And then I would go there. So I would recommend Prime, then Selenia, and then Aquilus personally. Now, if you, like I said, if you picked Humble and you want to go from Humble to Selenia to Aquilus, go for it. Or if you want to go to Humble to Prime, or whatever you want to do, by all means do it. Now, you can, if you want to, start a brand new game, and you have the option to actually start on Selenia. Now, this is a more advanced option because Selenia is going to be kind of hard to dip. It's going to be a little hard to survive. But you can actually start on this one. I do not believe you can start on Aquilus because they don't have enough resources. There's not enough resources there. There's, like, not the basic resources there. So you can actually start on Selenia, and then you could go to Humble or Prime or Aquilus. You can do whatever you want. So that is an option. If you do that option, leave a comment down below. I think I might try it just to see how it goes. I'm not going to make it a main save, but I would like to just try it. I'd like to get to the point where we could do that and then leave and just kind of see how it goes. So if you'd like to see it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. So you can start in Selenia, but you don't have to. I would recommend, like I said, I'd probably recommend Prime or Humble, and then these next two moons. All right, so you've decided where you want to go. You've decided the moons you want to land on. What is this going to look like? We're going to go ahead and walk through it. So interplanetary travel rocket. I'm going to go ahead and build one here because obviously I need one to get there. However, I still have everything I need for my next rocket. Now, at this point, make sure you also have enough for your extraction platform. The extraction platform, not the trade station, not the portal, not the interplanetary, the extraction platform. So I already have it, so I don't need it. I'm going to go ahead and drop everything in here. That's what I would also recommend doing. That way, when you get there and land, you can then build another one of these and another one of these, and you can escape. Now, like I said, there's no point in going anywhere empty-handed, so fill up your inventory and bring what you need. So when you go to travel, you're actually going to be presented with a screen before this, and it's going to basically say, like, hey, you have reached the end of this game currently as it was initially intended to be played. If you go on and do this, it's going to change the game and change how it's played overall. If you would like to continue and you would like some more hours out of the game and you would enjoy playing more, by all means go for it. If you don't and you want to just complete, quote unquote, the game, then build the other rocket or whatever and then just take off. So once you just click on it, it'll go away, and then you can go here and select where you would like to go. Now, like I said, Humble's not going to be an option if you don't own the DLC. So I'm going to head back to Aquilus because that's where I need to go. That's what I need to do anyways. So we're going to head back there. It's going to give you this big red thing saying, hey, make sure you have everything you need in order to go. Don't forget anything. If you forget it, you're going to have a bad time. Me, I have everything I need. Let's go ahead and let's head on out. We're going to get this wonderful little cutscene of leaving and going interplanetary. I feel like there should be some epic music right now. Dum 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 dum. All right, and we are on our platform. So if you're not on a platform, your pod, the little top part, is going to be on the ground, like a little crash pod or whatever. And then you're going to be starting on a planet that's, you know, completely fresh, completely new. Now, this is Aquilus, so I guess a little bit of spoilers if you're not wanting to see what they look like. But if you're not wanting to see what they look like, then don't watch the trailer because we already saw something. So anyways, so now that you're here, you basically do what you always do. Have fun, enjoy. Now, there's a couple questions that I know I'm going to get asked. So, and they actually did a little FAQ. So I want to talk about them real quick. Let's go ahead and let's look at the screen here. So you have multiple planets. Now, this game is a multiplayer game. So how does multi-planet multiplayer work? You have to be on the same planet as the people you're playing with. So I just left Prime. I could not leave a friend on Prime playing while I am on another planet. You have to go everywhere together because for lack of a better term, it doesn't have the other stuff loaded right now, if you know what I'm saying. Right now, the only thing loaded is the place that you're on. So they can't play somewhere that's not loaded. So basically, yes, your friends have to go with you everywhere, which is great. That's what friends are for. Now, when I say that the planets aren't loaded, that doesn't mean that your terraformation, your drones, or extraction, crafting, and stuff like that doesn't continue. It does. All that stuff will run in the background. It's just not going to be you can't have somebody there playing it. So don't worry about your other planets. They will keep doing their thing. They're going to keep making stuff. The drones are keep droning around, you know, all that fun stuff. Actually, if I look at the screen here, you can actually see, well, okay, so here, Humble, you just saw Humble is ticking. Prime is still ticking. You can see all these things still moving, doing their thing. It's a fantastic time. It's a really good time. I'm absolutely enjoying this. Now, I'm not going to go into unlocks and all that stuff. There's tons of stuff to unlock. There's tons of new equipment, new things, new fun stuff to get, which is just, it's all really exciting stuff. It's a wonderful time. Now, if you are having any issues with anything, because, you know, this is the biggest update ever, largest update to Planet Crafter ever. It fundamentally changes the game, the gameplay, and like what we can now expect from Planet Crafter, which is fantastic because, I mean, now we can add planets whenever we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just add a new planet and then we can go and terraform that one. So lots of fun. But if you run into any issues, just ensure the basic stuff. Make sure your game is up to date. Make sure your driver's up to date. Make sure you don't have any mods that are running, because mods are going to inherently break when there's a massive update until they get fixed. So just make sure your mods aren't running, things like that, and then you should be good. Also, I did not mention this throughout the video, but I guess it might be a question that I would like to address. If you're curious about your gear and your unlocks, you keep everything you've unlocked thus far. So if you are on Prime and you have everything unlocked, you can unlock on Prime, you keep that stuff unlocked. Your gear and equipment, it stays with you. You don't lose any of that by starting it, like jumping to a new moon, if that makes sense. So yes, you will come to the surface with a jetpack or with your bigger backpack or with a bigger oxygen tank, all that stuff. That is half the fun. Half the fun is already having that stuff and being able to just go at it, hit the ground running. It's a lot of fun. So I didn't address that in the beginning, but I feel like that might come up. Now, like I said, make sure you build your extraction platform and make sure you build your rocket. As soon as you get somewhere, make sure you build those, have them done. That way they're good to go. Now, if you are playing a game that already has an extraction platform and you already have like the rocket to finish the game, you can deconstruct it and then make the new one as well. You can also deconstruct this, but I don't think you don't get anything here. Well, you know what, here, you don't get anything out of it. So there's that. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. Everything should be good. Also, I do not believe, I want to say this now because I could be wrong, but I do not believe portals work on moons. I believe that only works on Prime and Humble, but I could also be wrong in that, and that could be changed. But during the development branch, these did not work on the moons. So yeah, so I could be mistaken on that, but they weren't working. So I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I'll try that in a future episode. But your teleports work just normal. You can't teleport to another planet. Your teleports in one planet will only allow you to teleport in that planet. You can't teleport from here to Prime or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's it. Enjoy, have fun, play the new Moons update. It's free. Go get it. It's a lot of fun. If you have any questions, leave comments. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I will try to answer them if I can. But if you need help with something specifically, reach out to Miju Games. I think it's Miju, right? Games in either on Twitter or in their Discord or whatever, the Planet Crafter Discord or whatever. Reach out to them. They're going to be able to help you much better than I can. But yeah, thanks again for coming out. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.